My husband was away on a business trip for a week, and he was staying in a hotel by himself. My husband is not really the most social person, and he's pretty much fine being on his own doing whatever. I missed him while he was gone, but I also knew he needed this trip to get a promotion, and I fully supported him. On the 4th day of him being gone, I started to feel a little bit down. I missed him, and it was just a little boring around the house without him, so I decided I would go out with my girlfriends for the evening. It was nice to get out of the house and have some fun. We went to a bar downtown, and we drank and partied. It was so much fun, and I ended up staying out quite late. When it was time to head home, I called my husband. I knew he was asleep by now since it was 2 a.m. where he was. He picked up and I could hear sleep in his voice. I asked him if he minded me being out so late, and he said, "No, not at all. Have fun. Don't worry about me." And then I hung up and headed home. When I got home, I noticed that my front door was unlocked. This was weird because my husband always made sure the front door was locked when he left for work, and he would always send me a text message to make sure that I locked it before going to bed. The garage door was also up. I tried not to think too much of it. I figured that maybe I had just misremembered and that I had left the doors unlocked. But then I walked into the kitchen to grab a glass of water, and that est when I saw it. There was a live photo on the counter. Now, I know live photos aren't anything new or strange, but hear me out. This was not my live photo. This was my husband's live photo. On top of that, it wasn't even showing the wallpaper that we had set for our phones. It was showing the wallpaper that he had. And the image itself was not even one of our family or friends. It was one of a complete stranger. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Why don't you just look at the live photo? Well, you guys, I'm not looking at that. There is no way in hell that I was clicking that live photo, and that was definitely not my intention. I freaked out and ran out of the kitchen and into my bedroom. I grabbed my phone and I started scrolling through our messages, and I saw that he had sent another live photo. But it was blurry and pixelated, and it just showed a reflection.
Ow.
And then I stopped. Then I realized what these images were. These were the exact same images that he had set as his lock screen and his home screen. I clicked on the image on my phone, and it took me to the messaging app. That's how I knew. That's how I knew that he had sent these from his phone. But he was asleep in a hotel room. Did he send these from his phone? I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who was in my house or if it was safe to even be here. I called my girlfriends, but they were all asleep. I ended up calling the police. I told them that I thought someone might be in my house because the door was unlocked, and I was getting threatening texts from an unknown. They told me to stay on the line and that they were sending someone over right away. While I was waiting for the police to arrive, I started making my way through the house, making sure that each room was clear. I checked the closet and under the bed in the guest bedroom, and even in between the curtains. Each time that I looked in one of these places, I would scream and jump back in fright. This house was huge, and I felt so alone and scared. I just wanted my husband to come home. The police arrived and they searched the house, and they couldn't find anyone. Duh. It turns out that the door was probably unlocked, because my husband had forgotten to lock it. He would sometimes do that when he was stressed about work, and the live photos were probably glitching because of a poor connection or something. But I couldn't help but shake off this feeling that something was wrong. After the police left, I walked into the kitchen again, and I looked at the live photo. At this point, it was just a black rectangle. I still didn't click it, but I wished that I had known what it was. Maybe it would have put my mind at ease. Instead, I spent the night awake in my bed watching horror movies and trying to convince myself that everything was okay. In the morning, my husband came home, and I told him everything that had happened. He was shocked and scared, and we immediately called the police and filed a missing persons report. According to the police, my husband had never filed a missing persons report for me, and they told us that this was very odd. They told us to think back and see if there was any reason why he would do such a thing. We thought back and we couldn't think of anything. We were married and we loved each other, and we would never do anything to hurt each other. The police eventually found him in a wooded area near his hotel. He had taken his own life. I don't know why he did this. He was supposed to be happy. He was getting a promotion at work, and we were planning on buying a house. I don't understand why he did this. I wish I had seen that live photo. I wish I had known what it was. I would have done anything to change what happened. To this day, I still wonder what that live photo was. What if there was someone else in that picture? What if he had sent it accidentally and it wasn't meant for me? Or was it a warning? A warning for what was to come? I may never know. But I do know that if you get a live photo from someone that is unsupposed to send you one, click it. Click it and make sure that your loved ones are okay.